been a man on a mission doing this whole thing. Mindset-wise, just where are you right now?
Mindset-wise, man, I'm just taking it one day at a time. Keeping my faith strong, and just trying my best to lead these guys.
Yeah, you're doing it, man, and it's really fun to watch. Just when you're out there, because you've had 2 unbelievable days in a row, going against Texas A&M, going against Ohio State. When you're in that mode, man, what is it like for you?
Man, it's just like, man, it's win or go home. It truly is win or go home. And I don't want them guys to have sad faces. That's how I feel, because I know how it feels, and I don't want them to feel that way. Not now. You're too close, baby.
No question. No question.
Close.
One thing that impresses me always is your leadership and how you are, not just as a running back, but as a man and as a leader of this team. I think back to Texas A&M, you picking up Malley and getting his head up. I think of this Ohio State game and you cheering your boys on. I mean, Marty goes in the game, has a huge play, and it's no adversity, it's no competition. It's his turn. He's doing his thing.
Exactly.
How are you able to be such a strong leader for this team?
I feel like just a lot of pain that I went through. A lot of pain that just truly left me to depend on nothing but God. And you know, a lot of football players, we go through a lot of things, and the only person who has helped me truly come through it all is God.
Yeah.
And I just want to, you know, I feel like God has allowed me to be a vessel for Him to lead these boys and just speak His message, and that's what I'm trying to do to the best of my ability.
I love that, man. How about your offensive line? Those guys have been playing so well and so fun. I mean, you go against a big, bad SEC team in Texas A&M. You go against, literally, statistically, the best defense in all of college football, and those guys are handling business, doing their part. How proud are you, and what have you seen from that group?
I'm extremely proud of them, because they work hard. Like, working hard is probably something that I shouldn't even say. Like, what's bigger than working hard? They just the day in and day out, and they just always show up, you know, doing the extra work. They do everything they need to do. Coach Mirabal, Coach Cristobal, always on those guys, and they're just willing to buy in. They're willing to buy in and put in the pain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you know, every single day of the week, and it shows. It truly does.
Yeah. All right, so you got a big opponent. I mean, Ole Miss, everybody left at this point in the Final Four is an elite team, a great team.
Facts.
What have you seen from them on film?
They fly around. Got athletes, crazy athletes who just make plays. Shoot, they could probably be in bad position and they fix it just by off the, you know, athletic ability. So, man, these guys buy in, they communicate very well, and it's going to be a challenge that we're excited for.
No, I know there's no question about that. All right, last one for you. This defense that you have, your boys have been on fire.
Gangsters.
Defensive line specifically has been terrorizing guys. What do you want to continue to see from them in this game, going against a very mobile quarterback, very electric offense?
I just want them to continue to play loose and have fun out there. Know that you already, you know that you already put in all the hard work. Now, on game day, it's just time to go have fun, show it to the world.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you
God
always.
bless you, brother.
Great seeing you. You
Nice
too,
seeing
brother.
you too.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Keontae Scott, man, the man on fire. A guy who, brother, we didn't know if you were going to play.
No, for real.
And here you are, just absolutely balling. You're taking your game to another level. Just how about your appreciation for where you are right now, man?
Yeah, definitely just a grateful experience, grateful to be here. You know, like I was saying before, like a year ago today, you know, I didn't necessarily know what was going to go on, and to be here in the Fiesta Bowl in the semifinal of the college football playoffs just speaks to, you know, staying down and staying consistent.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing with your hair on fire. I mean, I can bring up a billion plays. I'll probably bring up a couple, but I think back to that Texas A&M game, the sacks, getting your hands on the football, ripping it out, just your awareness, man. That seems like you're going to have to maybe pull a little bit from that game because of the mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
What similarities do you see from that attack versus what we might see in a couple days?
I definitely think, you know, with the mobile quarterback, it causes the defense to not so more spread out, but, you know, it causes the defense to more so be on their jobs. You know, it's moments where you're like, okay, I have to be here, but then also this quarterback can run for 20 yards. So it's definitely think it's like a situation the quarterback causes the defense to always be aware, and so it's definitely something that we're going to have to be focused on.
Yeah. All right, go back for me real quick to that pick six. I mean, because it is one of those things where we watch you all the time, right? Like, I love the way that you play. I lock in. I see where zero is. And when that motion came, I mean, you knew.
My face lit
You
up.
knew. So walk me through how you knew and how aggressive you were able to be, why you were able to be so aggressive.
Okay, yeah, obviously film study, but you know, teams do things where they show the same formations or show the same look-alike plays but do something different off of it. So, you know, when they came out, I see Jeremiah Smith on the ball, Brandon Innes behind him. I obviously know Jeremiah Smith is dead and eligible, so he can't catch the ball unless it's going behind the field. behind the line of scrimmage, and I see him. As soon as I see, the last thing I was waiting for is the tight end in motion, and as soon as the tight end
Come
moved
on.
an inch,
You knew it.
my face lit up. So it was something I was like, okay. Now in my mind, I'm like, man, just don't run
Right,
past the ball,
right.
like just.
Which we've seen.
And
We've
after
seen.
watching the film, I feel like
Yeah.
Ruben Bain, causing the quarterback. I mean, also
Right,
got
to hesitate.
a lucky snap. Everything
Sure.
just clicked and worked out together. And then, at that moment, make an inside move and get inside. But the big thing all year, I feel like I was doing that. I was hitting the screens and trying to get upfield, but I wasn't stacking, to get back in that lane. So I feel like that was something I was super focused on in that moment. I was getting off the block, obviously, but then getting back, stacking the receiver
Right.
to get back in the lane of the ball. And I turned my hands over. Caught it,
Yeah.
going down the sideline. I'm thinking about like, all right, what are we gonna do? And I'm looking over at the sideline,
Right.
and just having fun, man.
Of
I
course.
feel like that's something we've been doing all year.
So when was the mentality switch between I'm going to knock this dude out and I'm taking this ball and I'm scoring? Like, when did you make that decision?
I feel like, it's when you get the tight end motion and then the ball snapped, it was something like I was like, okay. And then obviously felt Jeremiah overly stem outside because I'm pretty sure they were telling him all week, like, don't let him get outside, don't let him get outside, can't let him get outside. So it was something that I was just like, okay, once I get off the block and just go, it was straight to the ball mode.
Yeah, I love that, man. All right, so talk to me just about general in your play. Obviously, your dedication, that has come up, right? That's been a topic of discussion with staying at the facility, putting in the extra hours. Why is that so important to you to do that, to make those sacrifices on the front end to have this glory that you do now?
Yeah, I would just think, because I wasn't supposed to have this year of eligibility, so I feel like, once I was able to, and granted with that year of eligibility, I felt like, I had to put everything in it. Because at the end of the day, I wanted my mindset to be, if I look back on this year and I look back on it, I did everything I could. And that was something that was super big to me. I stayed focused and I grinded. And when I look back on it, I could sit on the couch and say, okay, man, I'm cool with the production and the work I put out there. So that was my biggest thing.
Yeah. How about Coach Heatherman, last one? Just the way that he calls it, how aggressive he is, his tendencies. How fun is that to play for a guy of that caliber?
I mean, it's super crazy. You go in and you see this guy come in with all the juice and bopping around and screaming and stuff, and you're wondering, you're like, oh, I don't know, and just to see him be consistent every single day and to see what he's preaching to us translate to what he's going on the field, it's just a testament of what he's trying to do, what he wants to get done, and then how everybody's buying into it.
Yeah, no doubt. Excited to watch you again,
No doubt.
man. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it. Happen, but you don't know, right? Especially with the injury, with the rehab, with everything that I had going on individually. Like, a lot of that is hard to see, but Coach Cristobal, I mean, he laid it out for me, and I bought in. From day one, he told me this is what he believed. This is what he believed was going to happen. There's so much talent on this football team. Great coaches, great coaching staff, and obviously all of it came together, and here we are.
It's fun to watch. I think one thing that is super unique to me is it seems like everyone knows their role on this team very well. And I think what should be freeing, you tell me, as a quarterback is knowing I don't have to be Superman every play. I have an elite defense. I have a great offensive line, heck, skill everywhere that you look. What is that mindset that maybe has been different historically for you, knowing that everybody on this team has your back?
Yeah, and this is something that I always tell the guys before every single game is, yeah, you're out there on the field. Yeah, you want to make plays. Yeah, you want to be great. You want to do elite things, but you're one of 11. You got 10 other guys out there that are fighting for you, that believe in you, that are going to pick you up when you fall down. And having that type of, connection and that type of trust ultimately helps you as a player. So for me, knowing that I have those 10 other guys on the field with me that are that talented, that I have full trust in, it makes my job that much easier, and I can just cut it loose and have fun.
It seems like you guys have had the most difficult path to get here. I know everybody faces their own issues, but you go on the road to College Station, one of the most rowdy environments in college football, 100,000+. You play arguably the best team in college football, statistically the best defense in college football. What lessons have you learned from those first two games that you think can carry you these next two?
I think the lessons I've learned is just believing in yourself, believing in your teammates, believing in your culture, believing in what you can do, and blocking out everything else. The only thing that matters is the people in this building, is the people that wear this right? This culture of, what Coach Cristobal, has brought back, of what people and players of the past have built, right, of what the U is, and that's so much bigger than just the guys in this building, right? That's the fans, that's everybody that supports us, right? That's everybody that puts on this U and wears the green and orange, and again, we're fighting for that and for everybody, and again, we got the city on our back.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any doubt. Coach Dawson has been on fire these last 6 quarters in particular. It's been really fun to watch his creativity, the way that he does things. What have you seen from him that's maybe a little bit different as you guys are making this run?
Yeah, obviously just, with our offense and what we do, he's been super, super creative, especially, this last half, coming into the playoffs as well. Obviously, when you have a guy like Malachi Tony, you try to you try to figure out ways to get him the football, and you got to be creative in doing that. You can't just line up in 2x2 and just run whatever. People are going to pick up on tendencies and things of that sort. So different motions, different type of auxiliary runs. Getting the ball on the edges and getting the ball in space in our playmakers' hands is ultimately usually a really good thing, and ultimately leads to success. So obviously he's done a great job this season. I've really, really enjoyed playing.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm excited for you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Every week we continue to get better, and we learn from our mistakes. And then, the practice habits about that. In practice, I would have made the play. Well, then all of a sudden it shows up on a Saturday and you don't make it. And now in practice, we're making it over and over and over again. And it's still not, that we play against good quarterbacks, we play against good players. They extend things, they make things happen. But, I think we're having more success because of the way we practice, the way we train, the way our guys work to finish on Tuesday and Wednesday. And now the way that we trust, being +1 on the quarterback, working to, the inside, working different things. And, I think our guys have more confidence now also. They're playing faster. Because now it's 11 months or 12 months in the system where it's a little bit faster how they're able to play.
Sure, and that's very tangible, right? It's the thing that you as a coordinator, as a coach, as a position coach can say, boys, look how we've been preparing. Look how that's helped us right now. And I think that's such a big key. Looking at this game, very fast offense, very electric quarterback.
Well, on that, it's like the best thing is you hate when it happens in a game. It's like now it won't happen.
Exactly. No question. And so going against these guys here in a couple of days, I think it's great that the ACC has prepared you for this with the mobile quarterbacks you've already faced. Obviously, in the first round, you faced a very mobile quarterback. Just walk me through the difference for those that don't know. When you have a guy that can kill you with his legs, the thoughts of a pass rusher and maybe as a blitzer, what do you have to do to contain him?
Yeah, I just think, we got to be smart. What's the coverage? How does the coverage pair up with the rush? Can I take a little bit more of a shot? Can I not take a shot? Do we have eyes on him? Do we have a spy on him? Do we not in this play? Are we playing zone? And that's where our guys have to understand the full picture. Right now, I can play a little bit faster. I can take more of a shot. Right now, I really got to work my, collapse the pocket or my cage. And we have different calls that we work with that. And then our guys just their understanding of, hey, in this call, I know I've had success with this. In this call, I gotta be a little bit more careful. And we have things to kind of let our guys get loose and go attack the quarterback. And I think the confidence level on that has grown through the season. And then I just think, going against some of the different guys we've seen throughout the season, whether it was, at South Florida or at Florida State or especially SMU, Virginia Tech. There's a lot of guys that have prepared us, especially in the ACC, for a guy that scrambles around and extends plays really well.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. And again, the attacking nature that you have there, do you get to a point in the game where you want to dictate what the offense does? Or are you a reaction guy? I'm going to let them get lined up and then we're kind of moving.
We are always, and everything we do is, okay, we got to stop the run. We got to try to make the offense one-dimensional. And then we're always trying to figure out, okay, what are our strengths and how do we feature them? And then what are they really good at and how do we take that away? So it's a little bit of everything, but we're always going to try to put our guys in our best situations to be successful first. And that's where, whether it's certain players or it's our style of play. And at this point in the season, the thing I love is when I get a feel for the guys in practice and call that again. Right. We really like that. And, sometimes it doesn't be the best fit, but a lot of times it is the best fit because our guys are confident in it, they play fast, and they understand the rules of it. And that's where, it's usually about us first and then the opponent side.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. Can't wait to watch it.
Thank you.